Hello, dear BitChute audience, and today I'm going to be using the famous whiteboard. I'm doing an illustrative point. 2016 we heard the big narrative that female-led films made Hollywood so much fucking money. Now, of course, 2018's not over yet. In fact, far from it. But its track record with female-led movies isn't great. There's been 5 of them. And this has been their track record. Red Sparrow lost $16 million. A Wrinkle in Time lost right now, unless something changes, it's set to lose about $40 million. Tomb Raider, which just came out, which TJ Kirk got into massive trouble because he dared point out the fact that her tits are small. Well, it needs another $150 million to break even worldwide. So I'm just going to be nice and say, probably at the end of the day, we're looking at another $10 million loss. Now, Proud Mary, I do have to switch markers. Proud Mary actually grossed a $6 million profit. This is the only time we're going to be seeing this black marker, by the way. Oh, I would also like to point out Tomb Raider. Almost all of its cash came from foreign markets. If this movie was only released domestically, it would have lost $70 million. And finally, Annihilation, that's spelled wrong, I don't give a shit, has given us a loss of $10 million. So, what does this total us? Well, let's see. 56, 66, 60, $70 million lost on female leads. Now, does this mean that, we need to give up on female leads? No, of course not. That's not the point of this. My point is, maybe instead of going with the feminist hive mind bullshit of what a female lead should be, maybe just instead focus on making a good story or an entertaining movie. When you start ticking off SJW boxes, you end up with crap like this. So again, maybe instead of trying to make sure that you fill some fucking quota of some jackass that has never made a movie in his life, but instead just runs a fucking blog, maybe just focus on story, good characters, and decent special effects. Hello, dear BitChute audience. It is I, Warcorpse666, coming at you with a video. I'm raising my son as a feminist. I would say that this woman isn't young Susan Wojcicki, but she's not that fucking ugly.
I'm the mother of a young son, and I'm raising my son as a feminist.
Great! So you're going to be teaching him to be ashamed of his feelings, ashamed of his being male, ashamed of his aggressive tendencies, ashamed of his need to compete, ashamed of basically everything that makes him male. Great! I'm a lord of patriarchy. Can we just get these kids the fuck away from these dingbats?
I'm a lord of patriarchy.
It's 2015, but sexism is, well,
everywhere.
No, it's not. Where is it? Where?
And fixing that, it's my job.
No, it's not. It's your job to realize that the sexism that you think is there is not actually there. A guy catcalling you on the street is not sexism. It's a fucking compliment.
and it's my job. It's my job and your job
Oh, God. What man would ejaculate into you?
too.
Oh, and dads? Wait, scratch that. All men. You are half of this equation.
Fuck you.
And it starts at my house.
How's this? Why is it that one of the biggest selling books, primarily bought by women, were 50 Shades of Grey, where a woman is sexually dominated by a man? Could it possibly be that nature is kind of hardwired you to be the seducted and us to be the seductors?
And your house.
What we say, it matters. It means
No one is saying it doesn't. But when you're saying something incredibly stupid, I have to, speak up and say that's incredibly stupid.
teaching our kids that boys and girls can do anything.
No, they can't. A girl will never pee standing up. A boy will never give birth. A girl will never ever be as good at sports as a boy. Case fucking closed. Okay? There are biological differences between men and women. Sorry to wreck your life.
It means throwing out those old-ass gender norms.
It means teaching our boys that their voices aren't the only ones that matter.
You feminists are the ones actively teaching boys their voices don't fucking matter. You stupid fucking lesbian bitch. How did you fucking get pregnant? How did any of these cows get pregnant?
And sometimes
No, you know what you're going to raise? You're going to raise a generation of male serial killers. Here's the thought. When you're a mom and you have a son, throw feminism completely out the fucking window. Because all feminism is a bunch of lesbianic android dipshits that hate men. That is all it is.
the most important thing to do is listen. It means talking about consent.
Oh my God. Every male on the planet, except for a very small group, knows what consent is and respects it. Now, consent can't be revoked the next morning after you had sex because you regret it or you have a hangover. The one group of, in this case, I'll go with guys, not really caring about consent with women are called rapists. And nothing you feminists say is going to change the fact that they don't give a shit about consent.
Calling body parts what they are. Say it. Penis. Vagina. No pee-pees and hoo-hoos in my house.
And how
Why would you tell your 2-year-old, yeah, that's a little fucked up?
we talk about bodies, that also affects how we talk about space, consent, and respect.
Oh my God, you're gonna raise a rapist.
What we watch and read at home matters too. There are smart, active, determined girls on television and
Oh, great. So let's make sure to silence all the smart, active, determined men.
in books. Like Pippi Longstocking, Ladybug Girl, Grace for President.
Okay, when I was a boy, my parents didn't put any restrictions on what I could read within reason. Of course, when I was at the age of these books, when I was a boy, my parents didn't put any restrictions on what I could read within reason. Of course, when I was at the age of these books, they didn't let me read fucking Stephen King. But I typically gravitated toward quote-unquote boys' books. Typically, when I was this age, I think my favorite books were about dinosaurs. My sister's favorite books were books kind of like this shit. Maybe, just maybe, stop trying to turn your sons into daughters. Stop trying to pussify them. We've had enough soy boy f***s in the world.
Dr. Steffens.
It means express your feelings with words, not anger. Girl,
Bullshit. You feminists are the first ones to go to the street proud marching. We're pissed off women. No Donald Trump. We're pissed off women. No Donald Trump. And I'm sorry that men are better at fighting than women.
Girls cry and boys cry.
Yes, we both cry. The problem is girls cry 10 times more than boys do.
We all have feelings inside that need to...
Yes, it's just boys are better able to deal with their emotions and not bawl about it. Women, not so much. Now there are other areas where men falter and women are better at. Do you see how we're different, you stupid bitch?
to come out, and that's okay. Look, I tell my kids, use your words for good.
No one ever said...
Oh, God. Words are just words. They can't be used for good or evil.
being a parent was easy, but it's work that needs to be done, and we're going to do it, damn it.
No, you're not. You're a fucking news organization that nobody gives a shit about. And I quite frankly have had enough of this fucking video. Well, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but a lot of people liked these. This is my response, and since I can basically do them all over again, is my response to a bunch of dumb bitches that need feminists for some reason. I am a feminist because I believe all people should be able to live authentically and without fear. Except if you're an anti-feminist, in which case you must be eradicated because you're the scum of the fucking earth. I need feminism because women deserve better. How much better do you fucking want it, bitch? You have the same rights and privileges under the law that I enjoy. More women graduate university than men. You win the majority in divorce cases. Custody battles almost always go your way. If a man is accused of rape, normally his life is destroyed based on nothing more than the accusation alone. Women receive 50% less jail time than men for the exact same fucking crimes. So, I'd love to know, and those were just off the top of my head, I'd love to know how much better you fucking want it. Why don't you just be honest and say, I need feminism because I want a matriarchy. I need feminism because people still feel that they can dismiss my strong opinions and beliefs by suggesting that I'm on my period. Well, just because you feel strongly about something doesn't make it any less right or any less wrong. And there's kind of no getting around that, but it is also known that women get a little more irrational when they're on the rag. I need feminism because women are the most affected by climate change.
What the fuck? Goddamn fucking bitch!
I need feminism because it provides agency so I can freely twerk. What the fuck? What is stopping you right now from twerking? How in the hell does feminism have anything to do, one way or the other, whether or not you can twerk? I don't think if feminism dies tomorrow, there's going to be these roving gangs of guys stopping you from twerking. Okay? Maybe if you lived in Saudi Arabia, but you live here in America. You can twerk, with or without feminism. I need feminism because my sister deserves the same chances. Well, for about the last 100 fucking years, she's had them. So in other words...
You are made of stupid.
I need feminism because men think oral sex during menstruation is revolting. Well, yes, I would prefer not to eat your fucking pussy as you're menstruating and bleeding out of it. Various reasons for this. 1, BuzzFeed videos. 2, the guys that are into eating your pussy while you're menstruating are rather creepy. And finally...
That's just gross!
I need feminism because every time a woman like me posts about feminism, she's a whiny crybaby with first world problems. Well, I hate to say this, sweetheart, but maybe the reason people have this thought is because most of the stuff feminists complain about are whiny, crybaby, first world problems that aren't real oppression in any sense of the goddamn word. You having to pay a sales tax on tampons isn't fucking oppression. Your razors costing more isn't fucking oppression. I need feminism because I'm not worth just 75 cents on the dollar. Okay. The wage gap is a fucking myth. There's a lot of reasons why you most likely will not earn as much as your male counterparts. The leading reason, that whole fucking childbirth thing. But you're an Asian woman, so decent chance you're going to out-earn me, the evil white male. I need feminism because my tongue ring and actually be tongue piercing.
You fucking wanker.
Tongue ring and actually be tongue piercing and promiscuity do not make me less of a person. Well, no, they don't. They just make you a slut. But you are kind of cute, so your patriarchal lord commands you to come to his hall. Bring knee pads. I need feminism because my choice of attire is not an invitation for you to stare. Yes, it kind of is. You're attractive. You wore something that enhanced your attractiveness, and you went out in public dressed like that. So yes, I'm going to look at you. I can understand. I mean, I'm not going to creepily stare at you, but I might take a few glances. Big fucking deal. And how many feminists fawn over and look at guys they want to fuck the shit out of? It's called the law of attraction, bitch. I need feminism because I'm tired of feeling unmanly for enjoying my girlfriend's strap-on. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hello, faggot lovers everywhere.
Okay, last one. India needs feminism because there are 940 women to every 1,000 men. So because they have more men over there for whatever reason, they need feminism? Would you have preferred it if there were 940 men to every 1,000 women? 71% of women don't work. Well, maybe it's their choice not to work. 35% of women are illiterate in India. Okay. What is the percentage of men that are illiterate? But you apparently don't give a shit about that. Approximately 2 million baby girls are killed every year. Okay. How the fuck are you going to do anything to stop that? 2 women are raped every hour. I don't know if I believe that stat, but okay. But how is you holding a fucking sign in your comfy-ass living room somewhere in, I would guess, the United States, going to fucking fix anything? Get your ass over to India. Actually, I wouldn't recommend that. You're a white woman. You're not going to have a pleasant time over there. Be the one we need for change. Oh, so you're not even going to say, be the one we need. So somebody else change India. Look, India has a vast amount of problems. And feminism, and especially you sitting in your little fucking chair with your little fucking sign, isn't going to fix a goddamn one of them. So here's a thought. Either get your ass over to India and do something, or, quite frankly,
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, I've done this video on my live stream on the Facebook channel, but I figured I'd do it again here for the old DTube, launching the channel on DTube. So, god damn it. Cord's a lot. Oh no, it's fucking caught. Get myself a fresh beer, and alright. This is Feminist Fight Club.
3, 2, 1,
That's not fighting, that's weirdly erotic lesbian wrestling.
Before the fight, I often think about things like Theresa May closing women's refuges, or I think about the man that catcalled me on the street.
Why do I get the feeling none of you were ever catcalled ever?
So my name is Phoebe Patey Ferguson.
Oh, God.
And I founded FemFeral. FemFeral is a queer femme fighting force. We want to...
Somebody married you.
Destroy the Conservative government. We want to bring down the patriarchy. We want to take up space. We want to make lots of noise.
By doing horrific, shitty, god-awful amateur wrestling. You're not even really fighting. I mean, let's be honest. How will that bring down the patriarchy? Because, you know, men actually know how to fucking fight. And we're a lot better than you at it.
We're really angry about the way that women and kind of femme-identifying people were being treated around.
How? How are you being treated so poorly in the West? You have the same fucking rights as every goddamn man in the goddamn UK. Okay? If anything, you have special rights that men don't get.
Things like Brexit and this Conservative government.
What the fuck is wrong with Brexit? Why do you want to be controlled by Germany? And what's wrong with a conservative government letting you keep more of your tax dollars?
And having nowhere to put that anger,
you could, I don't know, start a grassroots political movement. That would get more accomplished than romping around your living room in your underwear with your girlfriend.
Fight each other as a mode of resistance to try and...
No, that's not a mode of resistance. That just gets me in the mood for lesbian porn.
Channel our energies.
Which are participated in by women a lot more attractive than you.
And our rage.
Actually, now that I've equated Feminist Fight Club with lesbian porn, you've just killed lesbian porn for me. Thank you, you red beret-wearing bitch. Okay, so here's the one beta cock that was drugged here. Wonder how tight his cock cage is.
There's an element of unknown about tonight because we're doing it with a lot more people and a lot of people who haven't done it before, and you feel empowered by the numbers actually. It feels
okay, that's a guy.
It's like you could go out and smash some shit or something.
None of you actually have never been in a fight before, have you? None of you have ever actually been in a real knockdown, drag out, man-style fight. You're gonna fight the patriarchy. You're gonna fight us. I'm a patriarchal lord. Trust me, you're gonna lose.
Well, we do need some new sandwich girls, but we need them to be more attractive than you guys. So you'll just work in the mines. You'll work in our porn mines.
Experience moments of a lot of suppression and repression, or not moments, but a lifetime of that.
How? You're most likely an inherited wealth, rich bitch, dumbass, college girl that's never actually been out in the real world a day in her life, has been living off of daddy's fucking money her entire life. But yes, you're so oppressed.
Actually, I felt a lot of pent-up aggression. I hadn't really ever felt like I had a space to let that out.
That's a guy.
Anywhere, and that's one of the reasons why I started doing this, or wanted.
Why do you let men fight women in this? I thought domestic abuse was something you feminists were against.
Or actually just had an urge to...
Also, there's this thing called a razor blade for your armpits. Use it.
Fight. Had an urge to fight as a 29-year-old woman.
So here's a thought. Go take a boxing class. Go take an MMA class. Get into a cage and really fight. This is not a fight.
I feel like as a woman, if you are passionate about something, that passion then is seen as aggression. I just wanted the opportunity to be able to kind of be aggressive, but not get called out for that.
So my outfit, I wear red underwear, and then I have fishnet tights, which I wear as sleeves. I think red's a good fighting colour. Fiery, fierce, seductive, all the things you need for the wrestling match.
So is it a wrestling match or a fight? There's a big difference between the two.
It's difficult to be sexy in specific spaces without being sexualized. So...
Oh my god. It's impossible to be sexy without being sexualized. Somebody there is going to be sexualizing you. In this group, it might be a fellow woman. Or it might be one of the cucks that get dragged there. But
Just speaking for me, sweetheart, you're doing a great job of not sexualizing yourself because I don't like the weirdo brain mental patient look.
Looking for a space where you can kind of own your sexiness, your sexuality in like
no, you can't, because that hairstyle killed it for you.
an aggressive, angry way, and also in like a very glamorous way. We wanted a space where we could do that and be angry about the Tories.
What is with the electrified symbols?
I feel like a lot of patriarchal powers and systems right now are starting to become undone, and there are conversations happening about the position of...
That guy has a dick and a half boner. That is not a woman.
Women, and when I say women, that's trans-inclusive, that's all women, that they have been oppressed and are very oppressed. So I think...
No, they're not. Name me one right that some trans Eskimo lesbian doesn't have under either British or United States law that I enjoy as a cis straight white male. Name me one. Name me one fucking oppression they face that I don't. The answer is you won't find any. The best you motherfuckers can come up with is a bakery refusing to bake a cake for their wedding, despite the fact that they could just walk 25 feet down one way and find another fucking bakery.
It's important for women or non-binary people to be loud and to make noise, and
you already do. That's why you're so annoying, because you never shut the fuck up.
It's a space where we are so loud.
And you make a big deal out of everything. Not everything is sexism or cis patriarchal oppression. I'm not trying to oppress you with my video games. I'm just trying to have fun.
I know people go to work with those stress balls. This is like the stress release.
No, it looks like you're screaming on each other like morons and are too much of a chicken shit to actually just eat the black bitch's pussy.
You're supposed to laugh, by the way.
Okay, now, finally, fight time.
Before
All right.
I always think about how angry I am. I often think about things like Theresa May closing women's refuges. Or
fight time. All right.
I always think about how angry I am. I often think about things like...
Who the fuck is Theresa May?
Or I think about the man that catcalled me on the street.
That didn't happen, did it?
Or I think about that time someone touched me without my consent.
That also didn't happen. For Christ's sakes, I wouldn't touch you if you gave me consent. And I was drunk. And blind.
And together we share some of those grievances and kind of build up a collective rage to throw at each other.
I love how the normal people that got drugged to this event for some reason are literally sitting here going, what the fuck is going on? Okay, that's not a fight between two women. There is no Jell-O.
You're supposed to laugh, by the way.
This isn't a fight. Again, at best, it's a half-ass lesbian wrestling match. Okay, I'll tell you what. If you guys are so ferocious and furious and fighters, then get into an MMA cage. See how long you last. I would love to know just how long any one of these fucking overprivileged twats would last in a real fight. Probably $20 says I get slapped across the face once and cry.
It feels like a very natural thing to do. There's something very freeing about it.
There's an intimacy, so it's also about...
Well, that's because you're all d***s.
Kind of being together, sharing our bodies, being open and free with our bodies, celebrating them.
No, that's an orgy! Which...
No, it's not hot.
In their like messy totality, so not worrying about really what we look like, but
See, this is why kids should not pursue art degrees.
concentrating on how it feels.
You like stop feeling angry. It feels actually like really like loving and caring and really like exhilarating. Yeah, you feel really,
Yeah, that's because it's a cuddle session, not a fight, sweetheart.
really close to all the people
By the way, would you pick a hairstyle?
that you're fighting with.
We're not fighting against each other, we're fighting against something else. We're fighting against the Tories, or we're fighting against not being heard. And I think that's the biggest thing.
You're fighting against being heard. What? A fight is you're supposed to hurt your opponent. That's the definition of a fight.
About it for us, it's about the opportunity to be heard.
You're not being heard by rolling around a fucking gym mat like lesbianic weirdo robots. You want to be heard? Again, my grassroots political idea is probably a far better idea and far more effective than whatever the fuck this is. Oh God, will they just cover up their terrible, terrible tits? Why is it that every fucking woman that says free the nipple is God? A woman with tits that I don't want to see.
This is a space where we can recognize that we're angry and together, so you don't feel alone. You don't feel
This
like
is
you're
not a
just
fight.
crying, staring at the internet, locked in your room alone. This
You do that as a choice.
is a shared feeling, and there's a kind of empowerment in that, because together, if we kind of express this, then it feels like there's a possibility of change.
No, this will do nothing except maybe get you laid. So apparently the first rule of Feminist Fight Club is we don't actually fight, and that's kind of the last rule of Feminist Fight Club because, well, they don't actually fight.
None of you actually have never been in a fight before, have you? None of you have ever actually been in a real knockdown, drag out, like man-style fight. You're gonna fight the patriarchy. You're gonna fight us. I'm a patriarchal lord. Trust me, you're gonna lose.